You gave them every chance to win. If you look at this in slow motion, you can see Caitlin Clark clearly smiling in confusion, smiling in, did that really just happen? Smiling in, you sly W. And she says, she points at the other team, you gave them every chance to win. Oh, goodness gracious. Caitlin Clark, she's chomping at the bits to start talking to these referees during the game.
And with punishing its stars instead of protecting them. What should have been a celebration of an Indiana Fever victory turned into Exhibit A of how fast the WNBA's credibility is collapsing. This all kicked off with Sydney Colson, and the timeline says it all. She began by saying at some point in this league, Kelsey Mitchell deserves the same whistle as every other star. The way she gets hacked is insane.
This is kind of where everything started at with Sydney Colson. So this is the timeline here. Let me get this pulled up here. This is interesting. I didn't know she said all that today. Okay, this is interesting here. She started off last night by saying at a certain point in the league's existence, I'm going to need for Kelsey Mitchell to get the same whistle as each other stars. The way she gets assaulted is insane, actually. And I've considered roping my sister in it to have office purse charges.
Hands clearly on the ball. Then rewarding the Sparks with a timeout? Crazy. Caitlin Clark was in disbelief. Like, what is even going on here? Let's rewind. In the second quarter, Kelsey Mitchell drove hard, blew by her defender, and got yanked mid-drive in front of everyone. Not nudged, not brushed, yanked. Even fans in the nosebleeds saw it. Everyone expected a whistle. Silence. The ref swallowed it whole. Mitchell finished.
Who paying you, ref? Who you betting on? And mind you, there was some problems going on with the shot clock throughout the game. But man, there is no way. Right at the end of the game, you should be on top of it. You telling me you're not paying attention to when some hands touch that ball? Come on, man. And then to reward them with the timeout, like, fam, that's crazy work. Look, Caitlin Clark, like, what is going on here? Like, no. Look, Caitlin ready to run the floor, fam.
Let's rewind to the second.
Furious. And what did the refs do? They slapped Hull with a tech. Let that sink in. The fouled player got nothing. The defender got to keep playing. And the teammate demanding fairness got punished. If that's not rigging, what is? Everyone watching saw it. The game was being gift-wrapped for the Sparks. Did they deserve it? Absolutely not. Hell no. They didn't deserve that win. The Fever weren't alone in their anger. From her couch, rehabbing a torn ACL, Sydney Colson had seen enough. She fired off one of the season's.
There's one referee. We definitely have to check for betting slips for this guy right here. I think his name is like Agun Agazi, because it sure seemed like he did not want to let the Fever take away this win, making the last 1.9 seconds last almost 5 minutes. He was just like letting them call a reset timeout, and then he was like, no, it's a foul. But I think the worst part about that 1.9 seconds was when 0.4 seconds was left on the clock, and Kelsey Mitchell was at the free throw line. She was trying to miss on purpose because that takes time off of the clock, because if she would have made it in, they would have been able to inbound and possibly do a tip in. But this guy allowed a reset timeout. When do you allow a reset timeout with 0.4 seconds?
That's when
Just adding her own shot. Careful, you're going to get fined. 6 words that nailed it. Because Clark knows the truth. This league doesn't allow criticism of refs. You can get hacked, shoved, ignored, but the second you speak out, the fines come. And Clark was dead serious. This league has a long, ugly record of silencing players. Colson replied, I can't get no more fine. Lynn Dunn jumped in.
That's what everybody saw in that game. Like, it didn't really matter what was going on. We all knew what was happening. We all knew what was happening there. And the game was being given. The game was absolutely being given to the Sparks. They were giving the Sparks every single chance possible to go and win that game. Even though realistically, did they deserve to win that game? Hell no. Hell no. They did not. And I mean that. They did not deserve to win that game.
And the ref granted a reset timeout. Who does that with 4 seconds? That's when Caitlin Clark, still injured but fully locked in, snapped. She stood, waving her arms, screaming, "Call it." Her fire lit up the bench. Lexi Hull jumped up too, furious. And what did the refs do? They slapped Hull with a tech. Let that sink in. The foul.
But Kelsey Mitchell's whistle last night was horrific. And Kelsey drove to the basket a lot. She is the type of person that just like goes through a lot of defenders, and she wasn't getting a call. This really was not her game. She was not hitting it from the three whatsoever, but everyone is entitled to having a bad game here and there, and I think she was kind of due for one because of the tear that she's been on lately. Even Sid Colson took to Twitter to talk about it, saying
most viral tweets, Kelsey Mitchell deserves the same whistle as other stars. The way she gets assaulted is insane. I've thought about roping my sister in for charges. Mitchell's whistle that night was horrific. She drove hard all game, took contact constantly, and got nothing. She wasn't even hitting from deep, but she kept attacking. Even Colson admitted it was outrageous. That wasn't a joke. It was exactly what Fever fans have been screaming. This isn't random bad officiating, it's targeted. Indiana is getting mugged, punished for even speaking out. Colson's fury, sarcasm, and honesty hit hard. Her tweet blew up instantly, fans everywhere saying, "Finally, someone said it." Caitlin Clark couldn't resist. "Agree, I'll help pay it." Clark loved it. Backing done instantly. Exchanges like that showed the players are done being silent. And Sophie Cunningham is proof of what happens when you tell the truth.
Be careful, you're going to get fined. Then Sydney Colson said, "I can't get no more fine." So Lynn Dunn stated, "Agree, I will help pay the fine." So that's what Lynn Dunn stated yesterday about the fines. And Caitlin Clark said, "Love it. Everyone listen to Lynn." So it's definitely a lot of exchange going back and forth there. That's crazy.
Just ask.
She's been fined 3 separate times. First, for lip-syncing to a TikTok mocking refs as clueless, $500 gone. Then, for calling out inconsistency on her podcast, another $1,500. Finally, for saying the obvious, Paige Buchers gets protected while Fever guards like Mitchell get hacked with no calls. That cost her again. Cunningham said she loves Paige, but hated how refs gave her every whistle while denying the Fever the same treatment. That inconsistency is killing the game. Rookie or not, whistles should be fair. But under Kathy Engelbert, the WNBA isn't protecting players, it's silencing them. It's a
I love Paige to death. Do not get me wrong. I think she's a hell of a player and would love to play with her one day. But those refs were giving her every freaking whistle last night. You literally couldn't touch her. And that shit is so annoying to me. And if you're gonna do that, then give it to our guards. I just hate the inconsistency.
When whistles are player focused, that's I think that's a huge problem. But then again, I don't know what sport that doesn't exist. But she's a rookie. She shouldn't get whistles as a rookie. Think about
but hated how refs gave her every whistle while denying the Fever the same treatment. That inconsistency is killing the game. Rookie or not, whistles should be fair. But under Kathy Engelbert, the WNBA isn't protecting players, it's silencing them. It's a protection racket. Accept the refs' nonsense, or get hit in the wallet. Embarrassing, corrupt, and broken. Colson's reply to Clark was the gut punch. "I can't get no more fine." Translation, she's maxed out by this system. When stars joke about bankruptcy just for demanding fairness, that's not funny. It's a damning indictment. And let's be clear, this isn't about one foul. It's a pattern, over and over. Indiana Fever players are hacked, shoved, elbowed, and left unprotected.